Welcome to 5.14's Math Moment. Today students learned about inequalities and they learned how to solve inequalities and also how to graph inequalities. So let's look at an example. The first example says write a statement as an inequality. So an inequality is just a math sentence that shows that two expressions are not equal. So we're going to be talking a lot about greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, because that shows that they're not exactly equal. They are greater than or less than. So this first example says 15 plus 10 is greater than 7 minus 2. So this has a lot of things in word form, and we simply want the student to write that as an inequality. So I'm going to go through and just kind of place the signs that I know I'm going to use in my equation as I write it across. So now I'm going to write it down. 15 plus 10 is greater than 7 minus 2. Now, the greater than sign is facing towards the 15 plus 10 to show, and they learned a long time ago that they could kind of think about this as a little monster and the mouth is chomping the bigger number. They still like to kind of think about it as, in that way. But that's exactly what it shows. It shows that whatever this symbol is open towards, that is the larger number. So that shows that 15 plus 10 is greater than 7 minus 2. The next example says give 3 solutions to each inequality. So the inequality I have here is c plus 2 is greater than 8. So in order to show 3 solutions, I have to come up with what could c equal in 3 different examples to where this would be a true statement, that c plus 2 would be greater than 8. Well, I need to come up with something that would be any number plus 2 that's going to be larger than 8. So the first thing that comes to mind would be 7, because I know 7 plus 2 is 9, which I know is just 1 greater than 8. So I know that c can equal 7. Then really anything larger than 8 is going to be a good answer, because I know anything larger than 8 plus an extra 2 is going to be larger than 8 still. So I might be able to place 15 as an answer. 15 plus 2 is 17. That's greater than 8, so I'm good there. And then I could say 100, because 100 plus 2 is 102, and that as well is greater than 8. So just looking, and I would encourage the students to plug their whatever number they come up with back into this to the inequality to make sure that it really is a true inequality. Example 3 says graph all solutions to this inequality. X is greater than 9. Now there's 2 different ways that students can graph inequalities. They can either use an open dot or a closed dot. And the dots, whether they're open or closed, mean different things, so it's important to know the difference. Students place an open dot anytime they're working with just greater than or less than. They use a closed dot when showing greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to. So the reason that is, the open dot just kind of shows that you do not include that number. The closed dot shows that you do include that number. So for this one, it says x is greater than 9. So I'm going to place, because it is just a greater than symbol, I'm going to have an open dot on the 9. And I want to show all solutions that would make this correct, which would be anything larger than this 9. So I just show all of these, and I make my arrow go all the way down the line to show that any of these numbers, and continuing on past 20, would make this inequality true, and would make x greater than 9. If you have any other questions about 5.14, please make sure to see your math teacher.